temperature at the start of this ball game is 59 degrees, and the aura is that of wetness here at Yankee Stadium as Ron LaFleur steps in to lead it off. The Yankees had certainly the upper hand last year against the Tigers, taking the season series 11 games to 4. This is the first meeting of 79, and here at the microphone for the play-by-play, Ernie Harwell.
Thanks, Paul Carey. Hi again, everybody. LaFleur batting .339, off to a very fine start this year. 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in. And the ex-Marine, Ed Figueroa, the right-hander, who won 20 and lost 9 last year, goes into action. Here's the pitch. It is a curve outside ball, 1 on Ron. Well, the outfield is slightly to right against him. They've got Pinella in left, Benikas in center, and Jackson in right. Figueroa deals again, and the pitch gets the outside corner, 1-1, the count even on Ron LaFleur. Whitaker will be the next batter, and then it'll be Rusty Staub. Now, backing up at third is Nettles. Here's the pitch. He swings and doesn't get it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on him now. First meeting of the year between these 2 heated rivals. LaFleur leaning in and waiting on a 1-2 third. Here it comes. He takes a ball in close. He almost swung, and it missed the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Figueroa with a good curveball. Fastball is flat. He also has a change of pace. Now LaFleur waits. The 2-2 delivery is wide. He curved him, and it was low and away. Full count. Not much of a breeze tonight, but it is very damp and very penetrating. Here's the pitch. Swing, a tapper to shortstop. Bucky Dent charges, short hops it. Throw to first. He got him. Bucky handling the ground ball, hit to his left, over near the bag at second base. LaFleur is out, short to first. The batter will be Whitaker. Sweet Lou hitting .312. Well, the Tigers, as a team, are batting .293. Figueroa originally was signed by the Mets. Released and then signed by the Giants. Well, they traded him to the Angels, and he came to the Yankees from there. But it is a ball in too close on Lou, ball 1. Only other big league club he worked for were the Californians. Here's a strike called. He got a fastball to the outside corner. May get a little drizzle throughout the evening here. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Whitaker. He takes a strike. That was a change on the outside corner. Baltimore and Boston have had their game in Boston postponed because of wet weather. Now the 1-2 serve is outside. He tried for that corner again and couldn't grab it. 2-2 the count on Whitaker. Pinella, the left fielder, playing over in the corner near the line. The whole outfield is shifted to left on Lou. He cuts and beats the ground ball in the mud back of the plate. 2-2 the count stays. Nettles playing third base. Bucky Dent is at the shortstop. Randolph at second and Chambliss at first. Munson is doing the catching. He was out for a little while, but he's back in action. Thurman, a fellow who can play over those injuries about as well as anybody can. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled on the screen. Speaking of ailments, Milt May has been sent back to Detroit for examination at the Ford Hospital. Been suffering with the neck and chest pains. So he did not appear with a ball club here at the stadium. He's been sent back home. There's a fly ball. It's down in the corner in right field. Chased by Jackson. Whitaker going for 2. He's going into second now and holds with a long double in the corner. Well, they were playing Whitaker as if he could not pull the ball, and he did just that. He pulled it in the corner for a 2-bagger. So that'll bring up Rusty Staub. Rusty, who played here on the other side of town, out on the island with the Mets. Staub's average is .353. This will be his 11th game. He has 11 RBIs, and he has 1 home run. Trusty Rusty at the plate. No score first inning. The Tigers at Yankee Stadium. They've got a man out and a man at second base. Figueroa sets and pitches. Here's a fastball high and away on the left-handed batting designated hitter. Kemp, who's had a hot bat here in the early going, is waiting on deck. Ed Figueroa, right hand's one to the plate. It is a fastball high and away. 2-0 to count on Staub. In his early days, Staub played some first base as well as outfield. He swings a tap ahead on the right side. Randolph to the glove side. Has it for the Chambliss. He's out, and on to third goes Whitaker. On the bounce out to the second baseman. That makes 2 down, a man at third, and leaves it up to Steve Kemp. Steve batting .391, second in the American League batting list.
Number 33.
Taking his time about getting in there against the right-handed Figueroa. Smalley now leads the major leagues in batting .392, and Kemp starts the night here 1 point behind him. Brock of the Cardinals leads the other league at .382. There's a fastball in too close, ball 1 on Steve Kemp. No score. The game's just started in New York. Left-hand batter waiting on the right-hander. Figueroa serves. There's a strike. He took one at the shoulder, moving out of the way, and the plate umpire Shulock said it was in the strike zone. He got the family look from Kemp after that one. Now waiting on a 1-1 pitch. Whitaker's at third base, 2 out. No score, first inning. Figueroa taking a little more time. He winds and pitches. There's a high outside fastball. 2-1 the count on Kemp. Jason Thompson waits at the on-deck circle. Outfield is just about straight away on Steve. Outside again, they're trying to keep the ball away from his power. And he's gone 3-1 against Steve Kemp. So Figueroa backs off the mound for a moment. Yankees have added the veteran Jim Cott to their pitching staff. Now Figueroa ready, pitches. It is ball 4 over but low, and it'll put a man on first and a man on third, and it'll bring up Jason Thompson.
Number 30, Jason Thompson.
Jason hitting .278.
Number 30.
3 home runs, 15 runs batted in for the big left-hand hitting first baseman. Scoreless tie, first inning in New York. In that Cleveland-Toronto game, Cleveland leads Toronto 1-0 in the second. Whitaker at third base. The man at first is Kemp. They'll have Chambliss hold on the bag with him. And the outfield is straight away on Thompson, playing him just about the way they played Steve Kemp. Jason takes a low curve, a good stop by Munson. Bounce out, a double by Whitaker. Another bounce out got him to third. Then with 2 out, a walk to Kemp. That's where we are now. With Thompson digging in against Ed Figueroa. And the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, left field. Should be caught. Piniella is there waiting. He's got it, and the side retires. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, no errors. 2 are left, and at the end of a half inning, the Tigers nothing. The Yanks are coming to bat.
I like to make a purchase at your clothing store, but I'm a little nervous about it.
You don't look like the sort of man who'd have cold feet.
I'd like 157 pair of socks.
What do you got, cold feet?
No, I'm just tired of all the checking charges from my bank.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to withdraw all my money and stuff it in socks.
Well, I'll look, but it isn't going to be...
Hello. Hey, I recognize you. You're City National, the talking bank.
Right, and I can show you a much better way to sock it away. Little bank humor there.
Very little. What do you have in mind, bank?
Well, at City National Bank, you earn no charge checking with just a $200 savings account balance.
Gee, other banks require at least a $500 balance.
Well, jinkies then. The answer to your checking charges is to eliminate them with CMB's no-charge checking.
Oh.
Bye now.
Bye, City.
I finally found 157 pair of
Guess
socks.
what? I found a new place to stuff my money.
Guess what? I found a new place to stuff your socks.
I'll take them.
Who gives you no charge checking with just $200 in a savings account? Nobody but City National Bank. Also available at First Citizens Bank in Troy, First National Bank of Plymouth, and National Bank of Rochester. Members FDIC.
Mr. Milt Wilcox making the walk in from that bullpen. That's a long walk. That's quite a long walk as the one from the mound back to the dugout, though. At least psychologically not as long. And Wilcox with a record of 2-2, making his 7th start. He will take the lead in that department on the ball club. All his appearances have been as a starter. He won his first 2 decisions at Kansas City and Toronto, and then his next 2 he has dropped. He was 0-2 against the Yanks last year and 2-6 lifetime against them. So it'll take him a while to tune up, and while he does that, we would like to salute Mr. and Mrs. Tony Pine of Polson, Michigan, celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. It happened yesterday, but I left the note at home, and I'm sorry. But I hope you don't mind waiting one more day. Tiger fans here, among them Mitch Ross, the very talented freelance writer, whose roots are back in Detroit, but who now lives in Manhattan. Despite that, he is still a Tiger rooter. Well, the Yanks will send up Randolph, Munson, and Nettles as their first three scheduled batters against Wilcox.
Oh, that's a sweet
Now,
journey.
they've made a change since we came up here, and it's just been announced in the press box. Changed the two Tiger outfielders on the corners. Morales is in left field, and Kemp is in right field.
For the Tigers, Steve Kemp is in right field. Jerry Morales in left.
And Willie Randolph, the one-time Pittsburgh star who came here to the Yankees in '76 and has done a fine job for the Bronx Bombers, will be leading it off. He's hitting .233. He's a right-hand batter. Wilcox on the mound. Happy birthday today to Les Moss, who is 54 years old on this date. He was born in Tulsa. There's a strike call, the breaking ball over. He's figured out that in his 38 years in pro ball, he's been on the road 35 times on his birthday. There's a strike call, strike two. Wilcox is starting Randolph off with a couple of breaking pitches. Well, the outfield is just about straight up on Willie Randolph. No score, first inning. Yanks at bat. Here's a ground ball wide of third, gloved by Rodriguez. He guns it across to Thompson and is one away. Well, Thurman Munson, the catcher, batting in the number 2 slot, will be the batter.
15, Thurman Munson. Number 15.
Munson hitting .315 for the young season. 1 home run and 16 RBIs for Thurman. Tomorrow night it'll be Steve Baker against Tommy John, and then on Wednesday, Mark Fitteridge against Ron Guidry. The Yankees report that they have a large advance sale now for that Wednesday game. No score here in the opening game of the 3-game series. It's the last half of the first inning in New York. Strike call. That time Wilcox went to his speed. Outfield to left on Munson, the infield back. Right-hander against the right-hander. Hard curve is wide, and the count 1-1. Nettles, batting number 3 now, is waiting at the on-deck circle. Check of the sign with Parrish by Wilcox, and the Tiger pitcher delivers. It is just off the corner, 2-1. Munson will reach the age of 32 in June. Native of Akron, Ohio, makes his home in Canton. Right-hand batter takes that. It's a strike and above the knees on him. Last year was the first in several that Thurman had dropped below the 300 mark, but not very much, down to 297. Had a shoulder operation in the winter. He was hobbled a lot by that shoulder last year, but he's played anyway. And a very valuable man on this team. Here's a 2-2 pitch. A little tapper foul. Talking down in the press room about who was the best ball player, the player that would be missed the most by the Yankees, and my nomination was Thurman Munson. He's a very fine clutch hitter. Waiting on a 2-2 pitch now from Wilcox. No score, 1 out, first inning. He swings as a line foul down past third, bouncing up around in the stands and then back on the playing field. Munson not only a good clutch hitter, but he's been a Gold Glove catcher 3 times, and he's made the All-Star team 7 times. He comes over to the on-deck circle to get the pine tar rag, get some stickum on his hands. First American League catcher ever to be the Rookie of the Year. Taking his time about setting himself in there again. There's no score. We're in the first inning. Yankees have one out and nobody on the bases. Wilcox ready for action again. Pitches, and there's a drive to right field, slicing away from Kemp. It'll be a base hit. Playing it off the wall is Kemp. Munson going for two, and he chugs into second with a double. A stand-up two-bagger by Munson. So far, the two teams have done the same thing. The leadoff man bounced out. The second hitter doubled to right. Now, Nettles, who has had a hot bat, will be up. Greg Nettles hitting .314. He has 5 home runs and 22 runs batted in. He and Reggie Jackson are tied in the RBI department for the club leadership. Left-hand batting Nettles, and it is a ball outside. Ball one on Greg. G-R-A-I-G. Greg Nettles. There's a fastball wide. 2-0 the count on him now. Munson getting a short lead at second, and behind him is the Tiger shortstop Trammell trying to hold him close. The outfield on Nettles is a little bit to right. And he fouls it away. Nettles had that famous quote during the winter about playing for the Yankees. I'm the luckiest guy alive. Most kids dream of playing for the Yankees or joining the circus. And I did both. That was quoted many times in the magazines. 2-1 they count on him. Swings and a bounding ball. It's foul down past the Hall of Famer who coaches at first base, Yogi Berra. 2-2 the count on Nettles. He's got the record for the most home runs by Yankee third baseman. They've had some good ones here. Home run Baker, Joe Dugan, Red Rolfe, Boya, just to name a few of them. Here's another foul ball. This one hit toward the Yankee dugout. Still a 2-2 count. He got way out in front on that one. No score. The Yanks are batting against the Tiger right-hander Wilcox in the first inning. The Tigers got a double by Whitaker. And then a walk to Kemp, but couldn't move anybody around. Mike Ferraro is the third base coach for the Yanks, a newcomer to their ball club this year. Here's the set, the pitch. Nettles swings and misses. The changeup fooled him. Well, that's the pitch that worked so well for Jack Morris yesterday. Wilcox uses it to get his first strikeout. And here comes Reggie Jackson. Reggie batting .315 with 7 homers and 22 RBIs. He has an RBI in 10 straight games and is 1 away from the Yankee record. That's 11. The Major League record is 12. He's also hit safely in the last 10 games. And he swings and misses. He's got a chance to get that RBI streak going here. With a man at second base and 2 out of the game scoreless. 1 strike on Jackson. Pinello waiting at the on-deck circle. A lot of power in the middle part of this Yankee batting order. Game scoreless in the first inning in the Bronx. Munson, short lead off second. Set by Wilcox. He pitches. It is a ball over but low. 1-1 the count on Red. Outfield bunches up the middle on him. They give him the lines. Try to cut off the alleys in left center and right center. And LaFleur playing a deep center field. Wilcox having some trouble with the mud in these spikes. He's trying to get it out now before he gets up there to deliver again. Jackson not getting out of that batter's box. He's still in there waiting. Wilcox ready, pitches. It's a low fastball. 2-1, and Parrish giving that ball to the plate umpire. He takes it out of play and puts in a new one. Man on second, 2 down, no score, first inning. Left-hander batting, Jackson waiting, 2-1 pitch. He takes it outside, slow one, 3-1, the count on Reggie. Next week, Reggie will be 33 years old. 3-1 delivery, and he swings and doesn't get it. Oh! He was swinging for the Boondocks that time. Wilcox took a little bit off his curveball, gave him a slight change of pace, and Jackson got too far out in front. Last year, Reg hit .274, had 27 home runs. Now the full count delivery. He swings and misses. Struck him out. A good pitching performance by the Tiger right-hander Wilcox. Saves off the Yankees in the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a 1-man left. And at the end of 1, the Tigers nothing, the Yankees nothing.
And now, here's to all you ball players out there who work hard on the diamond. You major leaguers, minor leaguers, yeah, even you beer leaguers. This Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you. For being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through. This Bud's for you.
Yeah, whether you play slow pitch, fast pitch, or big league baseball, nothing goes better with ball games than Bud. So go ahead. You've got it coming. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this Bud's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Can you guess which Tiger team holds the American League record for the highest seasonal batting average? The answer is the 1921 team with 316. That's a Tiger Tidbit, and I'm Jim Forrest.
No score in the second inning coming up before the Tigers battle the second. Let's pause here briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Look for partly cloudy weather tonight with a chance of a brief shower and overnight low in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, skies partly sunny, the highs in the low 60s, and Wednesday mostly sunny with a high in the mid-60s. Right now, it's partly cloudy in 62. WJR Detroit.
Ed Figueroa, the Yankee right-hander, ready to go into action now in the second, and Lance Parrish will lead it off for the Tigers. Lance hitting .278 for the season. Right-hander against the right-hander. The Yankees took 11 of 15 from the Tigers last year. They won 6 out of 8 here. And they took 5 out of 7 back home. Here's Parrish at the plate now with Figueroa ready to deal. And Lance swings and misses on his slider. Parrish has 3 home runs and 15 RBIs. Kemp is the home run leader on the Tigers now with 4. Here's a ball in almost the same spot. It's a little bit wide, and the count even 1-1. They've got the infield back on Lance. Whitaker doubled in the first inning, but the Tigers couldn't move him home. There's a cut and a miss. 1-2, the count on Parrish. Jerry Morales will be the next Tiger to bat. Strike. He took 1 too many as Figueroa hit the outside corner to get his first strikeout. 1 up and 1 away. Here is Jerry Morales, who's playing in left field tonight. Batting .223 with a couple of home runs and 7 RBIs. Strike. Figueroa using that slow curve again. and deals. Here's a swing and a miss. He gave him a little bit too much smoke in tight, and Morales couldn't handle it. 0-0. That's the way this one stands in New York. We're in the second inning. The Tigers at bat. There's a line shot speared by Randolph at second base. A sinking liner to Willie's right. Ball hit very hard, but to the second baseman for the out. 2 down, and here's Aurelio Rodriguez. Batting .234, 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Here's a strike called. A breaking pitch over. 1 strike on him. Cleveland leads Toronto 1-0. They've completed 3 in Cleveland. Baltimore, Boston were rained out tonight. The game scheduled in Boston. Rodriguez takes the ball. 1-1 the count. We've got a scoreless deadlock here at Yankee Stadium. The Tigers and the New Yorkers. Now Figueroa checking his time with Munson. Aurelio Rodriguez waiting. He swings as a fly ball deep left center field. Pinella chasing, can't get it. Plays it on 1 hop in deep left center. Rodriguez going for 2. Here's a throw. He's in safely with a double. A long double to left center. That is the second Tiger hit, and each has been a double. Whitaker had the other one, and Trammell now will be the Tiger batter. Try to deliver Rodriguez home.
Pinella did a good job to cut that ball off in the alley out there in no man's land. However, the grass helped out, too, because once it hit, it started to die in that wet grass.
Sure did. Allen is hitting .313. Right-hand batting shortstop for the Tigers. No home runs for him and 4 runs batted in. Trammell has 1 extra base hit so far. It's a double. Figueroa steps on the mound and pitches, and Trammell takes that little slider that grabs the outside corner. 0-0. That's where it stands in New York. Same pitch. It's a little farther away this time. 1-1 the count on him. Cool and damp evening in New York. Here's a pitch by Figueroa. There's a half cut. It is a rule to strike. Umpire Shulock checking with Soroka, the umpire at first base. And Soroka says yes. He went across. 1-2 the count on Allen. Rodriguez trying to get a little bit of a lead at second base. Not much. Here's the set by Figueroa. And the pitch, Trammell takes very wide again. 2-2 the count. Next Tiger batter will be the leadoff man, Ron LaFleur. Ed Figueroa going to work. Here's the 2-2 served. Trammell takes wide the ball. 3. He's got the full count on him. Set by Figueroa, the right-handed deal. Trammell takes strike. God, he's stuck him out. Allen disagreeing with the plate umpire Shulock, but throws his bat away and drops on out to his defensive position. No runs on 1 hit, no errors of the man left at the end of 1.5 innings. Tigers nothing, the Yankees nothing.
What's your quarter? Your man?
This isn't a plane taking off, it's a wing, a new wing of the Air Force and Air Freight.
Hydraulic system. Check.
It's Embry Express with planes, with people and trucks and procedures, all geared expressly for small packages. Expressly to get your small package to where it's going by no later than 11 a.m. next day. So when you have a small package in a big hurry, call Embry and ask expressly for Embry Express.
I'm Marilyn Jean Kelly, President of the State Board of Education, and I have an important message for the parents of handicapped children. Under Michigan law, your child has the right to special education services. This law covers children who experience speech, visual, physical, mental, or emotional impairment, or who are learning disabled. For details, contact your local school district or write Special Education, Post Office Box 420, Lansing.
A public service of this station and the Michigan Department of Education.
No No score, second inning. Yanks at bat. Pinella will lead off against Wilcox. No question that the Yankees will miss Gossage, their fine relief pitcher, who did such a great job for them last year. Pitched in the key games. He was a key factor in the World Series, the tie playoff, the regular playoff games. And Baseball Digest just recently had a table of the ranking of the pitchers in the major leagues as far as the batting percentages against them. And Gossage was number one. The opposition batted only 187 against Gossage. Guidry was second, 193. Then Nolan Ryan was third, 220. And the leader in the National League was J.R. Richard of the Astros. The batting average against him was 196, which is a pretty good way, I think, to measure pitchers. Well, here's Pinella coming to bat. He's hitting .270. The pride of Tampa, Florida, Lou Pinella. Classic closed stance. And he takes the strike on the outside corner from the Tiger right-hander Wilcox. Wilcox winds and pitches, and Lou swings too early, and he missed it. Outfield around the left on Lou. He hits the right quite a bit also, especially up the right center field alley. Nobody on, nobody out, no score. Yanks at bat in the second. Pinella takes a fastball low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tigers made him an offer when he was playing basketball down in Tampa. He refused it, then he was hurt, and then he had to take a lower offer after he had hurt himself from another club. Here's a fastball outside. 2-2, the count on Pinella. Been with a lot of different organizations. Cleveland, Washington, Baltimore, Seattle, Kansas City, and New York. Here's the 2-2 delivery to Pinella. It is a wide one in the dirt. Good pickup by the Tigers catcher Parrish, and the count is full 3-2. Double by Munson in the first inning. That's the only Yankee runner. Now Pinella waiting on the full count pitch. Here it comes. He swings as they drive to left center. Morales is going back, reaches up, makes the catch. Good running catch by Jerry, and this one away. That ball is hit hard and toward the left center field alley. Well, here's the designated batter, Jim Spencer. The Yankees had the first DH in history. Remember, Ron Blomberg, who has sort of faded.
Yep.
He was with the White Sox at the start of the year, and they released him. He was the first man to appear in a ball game as a DH. And it was a job that was sort of tailor-made for Ron because they couldn't find him a position to play with a glove. Spencer batting .306, and he takes the ball outside. Paul pointed out earlier, here's the Golden Glove winner that they're using as a DH. A little bit of irony there. No score, second inning. Wilcox pitching to Spencer. And he swings and pops it up near the plate. Parrish throws off the mask. He's under the ball and has it for the out. That one ended up right back of the home plate area. Oh, there are 2 up and 2 away, and here's Chris Chambliss. Chris had more RBIs than anybody on the Yankee team against the Tigers last year. He's a clutch hitter in the true sense. He didn't have the best batting average of anybody. The best batting average belonged to Mickey Rivers, who's injured and not playing tonight. And then Nettles, and then Munson. There's a ball in close. The most home runs against the Tigers by Yankee. Jackson had 3, and Nettles had 3. Now the pitch is a strike call to 1-1 on Chris. No score, second inning. New York at bat against Wilcox. The 1-1 delivery swing. There's a foul to reach the seat. Gentleman from Tenafly, New Jersey will take that one back over the bridge and home with him.
Where?
Tenafly.
Oh, all right.
Chris Chambliss, 1-2 the count on him. 2 out. No score. Here's the pitch. He takes the ball outside. Now, when Chambliss was traded from Cleveland to the Yankees, a lot of the Yankees didn't like it. Even the players didn't like it. But he has certainly vindicated that trade. Waiting on a 2-2 pitch. He swings. There's a fly ball lifted to left center. Morales is under it. He has it, and the Yankees go quietly in the second. At the end of 2, Tigers nothing, Yanks nothing.
The best performance in the long run is what counts. When you're doing all the things you do, your Marathon full-service dealer does his best to keep your car performing at its best. That's why he's having Marathon Man Spring Tire Days, now through June 15th. The tires that will help you get the best performance from your car are available at all participating Marathon dealers. So don't delay. See your dealer now. And if it's time for an oil change, try a change for the better. Have your Marathon dealer change your oil. He'll use the fine quality Marathon motor oil that best suits your car. Stop in at your full-service Marathon dealer for quality petroleum products, tires, and accessories for the best performance in the long run. Marathon, the people who got together to do it better. See Brown's Marathon at West McNichols and Hubble in Detroit, and RCM Marathon service at Plymouth and Inkster in Detroit.
Who is the only Tiger ever to hit a home run in his first time at bat in the World Series? It's with Mickey Lurlich in the second game of the 68 series. That's a Tiger Tidbit, and I'm Dale Conquest.
Mr. Figueroa in a pitching duel with Wilcox. No score, third inning. Incidentally, over the last 5 years, that's counting this year, only 2 pitchers in the league have won more games than Figueroa. Jim Palmer has won 90, and Dennis Leonard has won 76, and Figueroa has won 74 over that same span. Here's LaFleur at the plate now with a bounce to shortstop, his only trip. Well, this battle is scoreless in the third inning in Yankee Stadium. And LaFleur takes the ball low. Ball 1. Right-hander Figueroa deals again. Ron swings a line drive that's fouled by a couple of feet down the first base side. That ball hit very sharply and sliced into foul territory. First team that New York had in the modern American League was known as the Highlanders because they played out here in Washington Heights. Also, their president was John Gordon, whose name suggested the Gordon Highlanders, a famous Scotch regiment. Here's a ball, though, to LaFleur, 2-1. That name is a little too long for the newspaper headlines. A man named Mark Roth on the New York Globe tagged the team as the Yanks, and it's stuck ever since. There's a foul out of play, back of the plate in the seat. 2-2, the count on Ron. Whitaker, who doubled his first time up, is waiting at the on-deck circle. Figueroa winds and pitches. LaFleur swings and fouls another one away. Now this one onto the screen. Historic ballpark, Yankee Stadium. A lot of great memories of great players here. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Lefty Gomez, Red Ruffing, numerous others. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swing a tapper off the glove of Figueroa back of second, and it gets through for a base hit by Ron LaFleur. He turns, he's headed for second. Here's the pickup by the center fielder Beniquez. It's a little wide as he throws it back in, but Chambliss backs up. It'll be a 2-base hit for LaFleur.
You talk about a tweener. You've never seen one that was so between people.
All the way. What?
Off the glove of Figueroa. It just barely got under the glove of Dent and under the glove of Randolph.
And then Beniquez came in, and he really didn't have much of a chance because he was playing too deep to handle it. He threw off balance and almost threw it away. Well, that is the third Tiger hit, and they've all been doubles, and the only Yankee hit has been a double. Whitaker, Rodriguez, LaFleur for the Tigers, and for the Yankees, Munson. All doubles. No score, man on second, nobody down. Whitaker at the plate, and he takes the ball. It's over, but it's low from Figueroa. Rusty Staub waiting on deck. The Tigers trying to break through the scoreless barrier now. And Whitaker starts the bunt and takes the pitch in too close on him. 2-0 to count on Lou. Nettles is in a little close at third base. He's into the inner grass. The other infielders are up a step or so, but no more. Figueroa takes his stretch and delivers. Whitaker swings as a fly ball to deep center. Beniquez on his horse going back, reaches up, makes a good catch. Here's LaFleur making it to third, and he'll make it trotting in easily after the good catch by Beniquez, who got a great jump on that ball, but still had to reach up and grab it. Here's Staub now with a man at third and one down. Rusty bounced out to second base his only time at bat. Let's see how the Yankees are going to align their infield. They'll be back except for the man at third. Nettles, now he's backing up about 4 or 5 steps. Just as I said that. He's deeper than he is on a lot of left-hand hitters. LaFleur at third base, keeping an eye on Figueroa, and the right-hander serves as a sharp ground ball foul just past first base.
Rusty slams his helmet with the palm of his hand. He just missed an extra base at that time.
Now Figueroa back up on the mound to pitch to him, and Rusty decides he'll step out. LaFleur keeping an eye on the pitcher. He's working off the windup. Here's the pitch. It is a ball outside. I don't think LaFleur has ever stolen home.
No. Lance Parrish did this spring, though.
Now the 1-1 delivery. Swing, there's a fly ball to right. It should get the run in. Jackson is back, makes the catch in front of the warning track. It's easy for LaFleur to score on the sacrifice fly, and the Tigers take the lead 1-0 in the third inning. Rusty delivers that run, picks up the RBI, and sends the Detroiters in front here 1-0 in the third. The batter will be Kemp, who has walked his only trip. That's a test for a hitter, whether he can get that man in from third base with one out. And Rusty passed the test. Here's Kemp waiting now. 2 out, nobody on. Figueroa deals. It's a swing and a high pop foul off a third. It'll reach the seat.
Well, Staub has now driven in 12 runs in just 11 games, this being his 11th.
Cleveland leads Toronto 1-0 in the last half of the fourth. Underwood against Waite. Texas leading Minnesota in the last half of the first. Minnesota 1-0. Jenkins against Erickson. Baltimore, Boston were rained out tonight. There's a bounding ball to Chambliss. He knocks it down, picks it up, throws to the pitcher, Figueroa covering. Kemp is out. The Tigers are retired, but they have the lead on a 1 run, a 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. The Yankees come to bat in the third. Detroit 1, New York 0.
Parts Plus, the sign of quality parts, competitively priced, plus the kind of service you can count on. Here's a sobering fact to consider if you carry heavy loads in your car. Too much weight can make a safe car dangerous. It can cause loss of control, and that can be serious unless you have special shock absorbers to help compensate.
Gabriel hijackers are air-adjustable shocks to help keep your car in control, carrying up to 1,000 extra pounds. They're perfect for towing, too. Just use a regular air hose to jack up your car when it sags. Pick up a pair of hijackers today. They're only $29.95 each at your Parts Plus auto store. Stop in today and get a lift. Look for auto stores displaying the Parts Plus sign, the sign of quality parts, competitively priced, plus the kind of service you can count on. Parts Plus, automotive name brands you trust.
One game in the National League on this date. Cincinnati has a 3-0 lead over San Diego. They're playing the third inning at Cincinnati. Rasmussen against Moscow in that one. That's the only National League game on the schedule. Juan Beniquez, who made a good running catch there in the first half of this third inning, will be batting now for the Yankees. Gentleman from Puerto Rico who played last year at Texas. Batting .259. Last year he batted .260 at Texas. Red Sox had him first, you remember, and he came up as an infielder. and they decided to make an outfielder out of him. There's a ball outside on him. He looks a lot heavier to me. I don't know whether it's the uniform that does it or what, but
I noticed that, too, in the on-deck circle, Ernie.
looks a lot huskier, bigger through the chest and waist. Here's a foul back on the screen, a 1-1 on Benikas.
In fact, when he walked out of the dugout, it looked like Reggie.
I thought maybe when these guys put on that Yankee pinstripe, it makes them look a bit. Although there was one story that Mr. Barrow wanted them to wear pinstripes so they'd look smaller because Babe Ruth was so big and fat.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it away back of the seat. Ernie, you're so far away when you're in the stands, you don't see the pinstripes anyway. You just see mostly the white uniform. 1-0. Tigers lead them. The Yanks are batting in the third. 1-2 the count on Juan Benikas. Wilcox, the Tiger right-hander, pitches. Here's a line shot to left. Base hit past the glove of Rodriguez. Down in the corner, chased down by Morales, the left fielder. And there is another double. All the hits so far have been two baggers. There have been a total of 5 hits. And they're all two base hits. And Bucky Dent will be the batter now. Bucky, the most valuable player of the World Series and the hero of the playoff game at Fenway Park in Boston. To play off the tie in the American League regular season when he hit a 3-run homer in the 7th inning. Bucky Dent hitting an even 300. Young man from Florida. He batted .417 in that World Series victory for the Yankees. Here's a bunt out in front of the mound, picked up by Wilcox. He fires up with Thompson, Dent's out from the sacrifice. Moves Benikas into third. So again, you've had a duplication. The old carbon paper trick. Man on second with a leadoff double. Then he gets to third on the next man up. And the Tigers had their DH Staub deliver that man from third with a fly ball. So let's see what Randolph does for the Yanks in the same situation. The Tigers are going to pull their infield in. The Yankees playing theirs back in the similar situation. Wilcox pitching to Randolph, and it is a ball outside and low. Willie bounced to third his first time up. Outfield straight up on the right-hand batting Randolph, and he takes a high curve 2-0 from Wilcox. Tigers 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. Yankees no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Cool and damp in New York tonight. Now the pitch on the way. He cuts and fouls it off. Hits the mid of Parrish and bounced down the first base side. Eddie Layton at the organ here, playing a little hand-clapping music for the Yank fans. This is the first of a 3-game series, and the Tigers will be back on the same dates in September. That's a long ways away. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Randolph takes the ball low and in close. 3-1 the count on him. Benikas at third base. He's a good runner. Munson is at the on-deck circle. Waiting on a 3-1 pitch. Randolph swings, base hit, left field. The Yankees tie the game at 1-1. Benikas crosses the plate on the RBI single by Randolph. It's a 1-1 tie, and before Munson's bat, let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt Clear Channel, home of the Detroit Tigers, WJR Detroit. And the weather for tonight is partly cloudy with a chance of a brief shower and an overnight low in the mid-40s. Currently cloudy and 62 degrees.
That single by Randolph driving in the run is the third Yankee hit, so the totals are now exactly even, 1-3-0 for each team. A man on first, 1 man down. Munson, who's good with a hit and run, and Randolph, a good runner. Let's see if they'll try to hit and run here. It is a fastball into close, ball one. Thompson trying to keep that runner close at first base. And the infield is halfway up around second base, Trammell and Whitaker. Rodriguez is playing a deep third. Outfielder left. The big gap in the outfield is in right center between LaFleur and the right fielder Kemp. 1-1 tie in New York. He takes a slider across 1-1 with Randolph not moving. Nettles waits on deck for the New Yorkers. Throw to first. He's back in time. Wilcox taking his time now. Randolph bluffs going, and the ball is hit foul down toward third base. 1-2, the count on him. Neither team scored in the first two innings. Each team has picked up a run here in the third. The Yankees are still alive in their third with a man on and a man out. Don't forget now, next week the Yankees will pay the Tigers a visit. They'll be at Tiger Stadium beginning next Monday. We hope you'll be out there. A lot of good things going to happen at Tiger Stadium. Here's a slow curve over but low. 2-2. Three-game set for the Yankees and an off day, and then Baltimore coming in for three. There's a little roller hit slowly toward third. It'll be trouble. Picked up by Rodriguez. He falls down. Everybody's safe. Rodriguez on the slick inner grass of the infield lost his footing, and it'll be a single. He makes that play so well, but he cannot make it on the slick turf. Had that same problem back in Detroit. He likes to backhand the ball and then sort of steady himself and fire, and he can't steady himself with that slick footing. Oh, the Yankees got an infield hit, and they've got two men on and one man out. And here is Nettles stepping in. Game tied 1-1. Munson has 2 hits and 2 trips now. Nettles struck out his first time up against Wilcox. He takes the ball low. The infield in double play depth now against Nettles. And they're going to look at the baseball. Take it out of play. Randolph at second and Munson at first base. Nettles at the plate. He swings. There's a bombing ball up the middle. Whitaker can't get it, but Trammell can, and a throw to first, he got him. Well, Trammell came all the way over on the right field side of second base, caught that ball that had eluded Whitaker, and made the play to Thompson. Great play by Trammell, and the runners move up the base. They're at second and third.
No chance for a double play at all on that one. They were both going for the ball deep, and no one was near the bag. Trammell just made a great play to get one out of it. Here's Reggie Jackson with a chance to deliver. I told you before, he's had an RBI in 10 straight games, just 2 short of the Major League record. 1 short of the Yankee record. He had a chance in the first inning with a man at second and 2 out and struck out. Now he's got 2 men on with 2 out. There's a pitch. It's off the mid of Parrish. No damage. It's bounced out to his left, and he retrieves it. Ball 1 to count on Reggie. 1-1 tied, Yankee Stadium. Now, they're not going to let Reggie get a chance this time. After that first one was wide, the Tigers have decided to walk him intentionally and pitch instead to the right-hand hitting outfielder Piniella. You can hear the crowd reaction. They know all about Reggie's record. Jackson gets an intentional walk. That's the first base on balls. The bases are loaded with the Yankees, and Piniella will be the man to face
is to Wilcox. 3 men on and 2 men out. The infield playing deep. Right-hander against the right-hander. Piniella not quite ready to step in there. Wilcox not ready. He wants a new ball. And he didn't like that ball. He wants another new ball. A new ball.
Milt going back to a grill work that's on the back end of the mound here at Yankee Stadium, built in. It's a foot scrubber back there. Wipe off your spikes on it.
That's convenient. Well, here's Piniella at the plate. He flied to left field his first trip. And it's a strike as Wilcox hit the outside corner with a fastball. 1-1 tie. The Yanks are threatening. They've got the bases loaded and 2 down in the third inning. Piniella at the plate. Wilcox on the mound. Pitches. There's a ball just off the corner. 1-1 the count on Lou. Ground ball to third. Rodriguez has it. Throw to second. They get the force out there on Jackson, and the side retired. The game is tied as the Yankees pick up 1 run. On 3 hits, there were no errors, and 3 runners are left on base. That at the end of 3 in New York. Tigers 1, New York 1. 3 innings have gone by the boards here at Yankee Stadium. The Tigers scoring in the third to break the scoreless tie on a double by LaFleur. Fly to center by Whitaker, got him to third. He rolled home on a long fly to Jackson off the bat of Rusty Staub, and then the Yankees came back against Wilcox. Leadoff double by Manicas, sacrificed to third by Dent, and scored on a single by Randolph. Then the Yankees eventually loaded the bases, but Wilcox was equal to the task and blanked them of any further scoring. So we go to the 4th inning. It is a 1-1 tie. My time now to relax a little bit with you folks, and I'll join you in enjoying hearing from Mr. Paul Carey.
Thank you, Ernie. Jason Thompson will lead it off for the Tigers here in the 4th against the curve-balling specialist Ed Figueroa. First pitch swung on, a bouncer to the right side. Randolph to his left has the hop to throw to Chambliss. 1 pitch, 1 out in the Tiger 4th inning. Yankees with 4 hits, the Tigers with 3, with the game tied 1-1. Lance Parrish, who took a called third strike, stepping in. Not a great deal of other activity on this Monday night. One of the games in the American League rained out up at Boston. The Red Sox were to have played Baltimore. Only 1 game in the National League this Monday. Parrish swings and fouls one back into the upper deck. Now, John Hiller has begun to throw out in the Tiger bullpen. One strike on Parrish. 1 out, bases empty. Top of the 4th inning. The pitch from Figueroa. Fouled off Sherman Munson, rolling off to the right. Figueroa quickly ahead of Parrish with a 2-strike count. Steve Baker goes in Game 2 of this series tomorrow night. Well, the Tigers are going to see Tommy John, who has really been a story for the Yankees this year, with 7 straight victories for them. Just missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Parrish. Then on Wednesday night, Mark Fidrich against Ron Guidry. The Bird against Seabiscuit, as Bob Lemon likes to call his thoroughbred, Ron Guidry. There's the 1-2 pitch to Parrish. Fouled away. Just barely got a piece of that on the end of the bat. Figueroa with an excellent breaking ball, and he can alter the speeds on it. Into the motion, the 1-2 pitch to Lance. He swings and pops it up. Foul ball. Munson coming back. He may have the room. He's near the screen, and he can't get it. It's 2 rows in, just to the side of the screen toward the Yankee dugout. Well, Parrish has new life at the plate with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Tigers 3 hits, all 2 baggers. Whitaker with a double in the first inning. Rodriguez had one in the second, and LaFleur had one in the third. The Yankees have had 2 doubles and 2 singles. I got a little worried out here last night. The Yankees, yesterday afternoon, they led California 12-3 late in the game and wound up winning at 12-10. Figueroa's pitch, outside, 2-2 on Parrish. He comes right back, swung on a ground ball to short. Dent waits for it, has the hop to throw to first. He's out. And they're 2 down in the Tiger 4th inning. It's Chambliss at first, Randolph at second, Dent at short, Nettles at third, Piniella out in left, Venegas in center, and Jackson in right with Munson behind the plate. Jerry Morales lined out to Randolph his first time up, 2 out with the bases empty here in the Tiger 4th inning. The pitch from Figueroa is taken a little high. Well, George Foster getting that hot black bat of his going again. Hit his 6th homer of the season for Cincinnati. There's a called strike on Morales. Now that'll break a 3-3 tie in the bottom of the 3rd inning at Cincinnati. The Reds playing San Diego. The 1-1 pitch taken for strike 2 called. Figueroa working quickly against Morales comes back. A bouncer foul over toward the Tiger dugout. Tiger dugout here at Yankee Stadium is on the third base side. And as you know, this odd configuration of this park, not a great deal of room in foul territory except right behind the plate. Outside, 2-2 count now on Morales. Well, Jerry back in the starting lineup after missing 3 starts over the weekend in Detroit. Here's the pitch to him. He swings, wraps a ground ball off the glove of Dent, and he'll have no play. Dent just did well to get to it and knock it down. Reaching across his body and prevented that ball from going into left field, and Morales picks up a 2-out single for the Tigers here in the 4th. Well, that'll bring up Aurelio Rodriguez. Rodriguez was looking for the curve from Figueroa. Figueroa slipped a fastball by him on the first pitch back in the 2nd inning. And then Aurelio still looking for that special curve of Figueroa's. Met it well and drove it to left center for a double in the 2nd inning. 1-1 tie here in the 4th. A little toss to first, and Morales not far away. Gets back easily. There's the set. The pitch to Aurelio. It's a ball, a little outside. Well, Figueroa won 20 games last year, lost 9. He won his last 8 decisions to reach the 20-win plateau and became the first Puerto Rican-born pitcher to win 20 games. Morales goes. It's swung on and fouled into the seats down the right field side. Well, they sent Jerry that time, and Aurelio, trying to hit behind the runner, didn't get around on it. A ball and a strike on Rodriguez. Aurelio hitting .246 at the moment. Now Morales edges away it from first. The set by Figueroa, tossed to first, and that drives him back. Here's the lick to first. Morales tries to lengthen his lead. He goes. The pitch is swung on. A line drive caught by Randolph for the putout. Well, Willie, timing his leap perfectly, took away a base hit, perhaps an extra base hit from Rodriguez. He stung it. But the fine second baseman of the Yankees leaped in the air to snare it and end the inning. For Detroit, no runs, 1 hit. And no errors, they leave a man. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Tigers 1, the Yankees 1.
Energy waste. It's costly and unnecessary, but practically everyone is doing it. Hi, I'm Bob Reynolds for the plumbing and heating industry of Detroit. It's true. We all know we're running out of energy. It's reflected in the high cost of our energy bills. In fact, energy costs have gone up 30% in the last 3 years. So why aren't people doing something about it? Well, now someone is. All you have to do is call a plumbing and mechanical contractor. He knows how and where to find energy waste, but most importantly, he has ways to stop it. The truth is, the plumbing and mechanical contractors are dedicated to turning wasted energy into working energy. So take advantage of your plumbing and mechanical contractor's experience. whether you're a homeowner or a building owner. Find out how you can save energy and cut energy costs by calling a plumbing and mechanical contractor or PHI at 341-7661. The Plumbing and Mechanical Contractors, turning wasted energy into working energy.
Milt Wilcox loosening up to face the Yankees here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The last half inning, John Hiller was out doing some throwing in the bullpen. I don't know whether that was particularly indicative of anything. Line play by Willie Randolph, ending the Tigers' threat in the fourth inning. He's snared a couple of line drives off Tiger bats here tonight. Here's Jim Spencer, the DH for New York, leading off the fourth for them. He popped a foul to Parrish his first time up. Jim capable of hitting the long ball. Has 4 home runs this year. Last year he, in limited action, had 7 home runs. There's a called strike on Spencer. Yankees got him from the White Sox in exchange for Stan Thomas and some money. Low and away for ball 1. Spencer will be followed by Chambliss and Benikas. Tigers with a run in the third. The Yankees came back to tie it with a run in their half of the third. There's the windup by Wilcox. He delivers, swung on and missed. Tigers have 2 more games here tomorrow night, Wednesday night, scheduled for an off day Thursday in Cleveland, and then a 3-game series over the weekend against the Indians there. There's a hard line drive foul. Look out. Into the stands down beyond the Yankee dugout. Tigers will be home next Monday to take on these Yankees, and it will be Ron Guidry, according to Bob Lemon, in the starting rotation to make that start on the opener against the Tigers next Monday night. They'll be in for 3 night games. Ground ball foul past Yogi Berra. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Baltimore will follow the Yankees to Tiger Stadium. It'll be the first time the Tigers have seen Baltimore this year. Tigers don't get an extended homestand really until the last week of June. Yankees are ending a big one right with the Tiger series. There's a half swing. Spencer went too far. He's called out on strikes. Not really called out. The umpire said you went across. Jim tried to check his swing on that really good-looking sinker ball from Wilcox. Well, that's strikeout number 3 for Milt. There's Chris Chambliss. Chris flied to left, his only time up. The pitch to him is taken right through the heart of the plate. Strike 1 on Chris. Milt rocks back and delivers. A little high. A 1-1 pitch to Chambliss. He changed speeds on him and it floated inside. 2-1 on Chris. Chris not off to a particularly good start at the plate this year, hitting .204. 1 out, bases empty. Chambliss cuts, fly ball to left field. Morales is right there, drifts to his right now, and Jerry makes the basket catch. And there are 2 down. Here's Juan Beniquez, who doubled down the left field line in the 3rd inning. Aurelio Rodriguez got a real good reaction on that line drive and almost snared the ball. Just landed fair inside the line. 2 out, bases empty. He swings and fouls it off into the stands down the right field side. And there's the chase for a souvenir. Not a great many on hand here tonight at Yankee Stadium. It's kind of a cool night, and it rained all day. The 1 strike pitch to Beniquez. way outside. And there was a lot of talk around the ballpark that if the rain did not cease, it was still drizzling a little bit when the Tiger bus got here. They were talking about filling the open day for both clubs on Thursday. Swing and a miss, Beniquez. 2 strikes on him. A ball and 2 strikes on Juan. Now Beniquez comes back out of the batter's box. 10-man trade brought Juan, among others, over from Texas to the Yankees. There's the windup. The pitch from Wilcox, just outside. Beniquez and Greg Jameson, Paul Mirabella, and Mike Griffin came over, along with a great prospect, Dave Righetti, who has not been in a Yankee uniform yet. Pitcher. There's a ground ball up the middle, off the leg of Wilcox, over to Trammell. The throw, out at first base. So give Wilcox an assist, an unwanted type of assist. He just simply couldn't get the glove down in time, but his leg was there. Deflected the ball over to the shortstop, and the side is retired for New York. They go down 1-2-3. After 4 innings of play, it's the Tigers 1, the Yankees 1. Just as the Tigers farm system is Yankee Stadium tonight, and I'm not talking about Tiger manager Les Moss, who is celebrating number 54 tonight, but the pitcher for the Yankees, Dick Tidrow, also born on this date. Here's Alan Trammell leading off the Tiger 5th inning. Alan was called out on strikes in the 2nd inning. Trammell hitting .308 at the moment. Figueroa checks his outfield before turning around to face Trammell. There's the first pitch of the inning. And it's a called strike on Allen. A right-hander ready, kicks and fires. Ground ball to second. Randolph waits for the skimmer. Has it. Over to Chambliss, 1 away. We'll bring up Ron LaFleur, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Ron got a leg double in the 3rd inning. Ground ball that I think might have been touched by Figueroa as it took a hop over the mound, just under the gloves of Dent and Randolph, and it died in that wet grass in center field, and Ron thought double all the way and made it. Figueroa ready, the pitch to LaFleur. It's a ball. Figueroa was originally signed by the New York Mets. Signed pro, high and inside. Made 1 appearance as an outfielder early in his professional career. There's a fly ball lifted to right center field. That's fairly deep. Beniquez going back is calling for it. He makes the catch on the edge of the warning track in deep right center field. Well, they're 2 away in the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Lou Whitaker. Lou has hit the ball very hard both times tonight. He got a double in the 1st inning down the right field line, and then hit a line drive to straightaway center field that Beniquez hauled in racing with his back to the infield in the 3rd inning. Two out, bases empty. The game tied 1-1. Ball 1 on Whitaker. There's one outside for a ball. Tigers will see Tommy John tomorrow, then Ron Guidry on Wednesday. Ball 3 outside to Lou. Catfish Hunter has a pulled muscle in his left rib cage. One of the reasons Guidry is back in the starting role. There's a ball 4 outside, and Whitaker takes 4 straight wide ones from Figueroa. That's the second base on balls given up by Figueroa. And the Tigers have a base runner for Rusty Staub. Rusty, 0 for 1 officially, bounced out to second back in the 1st inning. In the 3rd, he hit a fly ball to right, a sacrifice fly to bring in the Tiger run as LaFleur scored. Chambliss holding Whitaker on the bag opens up a little bit of space on the right side for Rusty. Toss over to first, and Whitaker is back. Was set by Figueroa. Another throw to first. He snapped it over there that time. Everything's even on the board. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for both clubs. Now, Dick Trzaskowski is complaining down to third base umpire Don Slattery about Figueroa's move to first. He's pleading a balk. Still talking to him. Figueroa into the stretch. The pitch. High and outside to Rusty. Ball 1. Staub hitting .333 right now. 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Here's the set, the pitch. Swung on a high fly ball to relatively short right field. Jackson in a few steps. Reggie waits for it to come down. He has it. And that ends the inning for Detroit. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave a man. And after 4.5 innings, it's still the Tigers 1, the Yankees 1.
Right now, at this very moment, even as I speak, and for a limited time only, you can get a quart of Marathon's new Ultra D 5W40 motor oil entirely free when you buy an Ultra D oil change and a new Marathon aggressor oil filter from a participating Marathon dealer.
Make a change for the better.
And see what a difference Ultra D can make in your car. Improved gas mileage, better engine protection, easier starts all year long, and you get 1 quart free with the purchase of a complete Ultra D oil change and aggressor oil filter.
Make a change for the better.
With new Ultra D.
A change for the better.
And get yourself 1 quart free.
Make a change for the better with new Ultra D motor oil.
From Marathon Oil Company. You know, if I were you, I'd get that free quart of oil right now.
Make a change for the better
with new Ultra D.
A change for the better.
And get yourself 1 quart free.
Well, while Eddie Layton plays when the Saints go marching in and Milt Wilcox warms up, let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
It's time now to check the weather for Greater Detroit, and it's partly cloudy with a brief shower tonight. The overnight lows in the mid-40s. Partly sunny tomorrow, high in the low 60s. Mostly sunny on Wednesday, high in the mid-60s. Currently, it's showery in 56. WJR Detroit.
Now, this is a big month in the Palladino family. Larry, the sports director for the Associated Press Michigan Bureau. Larry and his wife Marilyn celebrating their wedding anniversary on May 24th. Their daughter Sherry has her birthday on May 24th, her 10th birthday. And Lisa, well, her big day is today, celebrating number 8. There's Bucky Dent. No official time at bat tonight for Bucky. He sacrificed in the 3rd inning. An affable young man catapulted into the spotlight as a result of his postseason heroics last year in the playoff game at Boston, then in the World Series. The pitch from Wilcox. It's a strike on Bucky. Took a curve on the inside corner. Milt is ready. Here's the pitch to Dent. Up high. Randolph and Munson will follow here in the 5th inning for New York. 1-1 tie. Dent hitting .297. He takes a called strike on a good-looking breaking ball from Wilcox. Now Dent backs out of there. There's the pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Changed up on him that time. And that's 4 strikeouts for Wilcox. And it brings up Willie Randolph. 1 for 2 for Willie, and that one was a solid line single to left that drove in the Yankee run in the 3rd inning. Now the motion by Wilcox. The pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Ball squirting away from Lance Parrish. Yankees have done well in this homestand, winning 7 of the 10 games played so far. And their team batting average while at Yankee Stadium during this span, .325. There's the windup, the pitch. Outside. 1-1 count on the Yankee second baseman, Willie Randolph. Up on the top of the batting order for New York with Mickey Rivers out of action. A little low that time with a breaking ball. Wilcox thought he had him. 2-1. The count now on Randolph. Here's the pitch from Milt. Strike. Slipped a hard one on the outside part of the plate. Count even now, 2-2 on Willie Randolph. One of the better deals the Yankees have made in recent years, the acquisition of Randolph. He swings, bounces one back to the glove of Wilcox. Pulls it out, fires to Thompson, and Randolph is an easy out. 2 away in the Yankee fifth inning. Good reaction by Wilcox that time. Milt feels his position very well. There's Thurman. The Yankee catcher is 2 for 2 tonight. Doubled to right field in the first inning. And had an infield hit in the third, a little topper down the third base line that Rodriguez fielded and slipped on the wet grass. Wilcox has struck out 4, walked 1. They walked an intentional pass to Jackson in the third inning. Munson now hitting .326. The pitch from Wilcox. Swung on a bouncer, foul outside of third. Mike Ferraro coaching at third. He's new to the coaching staff this year for New York. Took Dick Hauser's spot down there. Dick now in the college coaching ranks down to Florida State. Mike, a real hot prospect originally in the Yankee organization. Didn't pan out all that much. Wound up playing with a couple of expansion teams before going into minor league managing. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Kent Stater, Thurman Munson. Outfield plays him straight up. He'll go to every field. The 1-1 pitch. Slow one, lined on one hop to Whitaker. Deep at second to throw to first. He's out. That's all for New York. And once again, for the second straight inning, they go down 1-2-3. After 5 innings, Tigers won, the Yankees won.
With Ernie Harwell and Paul Carey.
Ready to go in the 6th inning at Yankee Stadium. Steve Kemp in the cleanup spot in the Tiger lineup will lead it off. He'll be followed by Thompson and Parrish. A 1-1 tie. Both clubs getting a run in the 3rd inning. The Tigers scored first. LaFleur led off with a double, took second on a long fly ball by Whitaker, and scored on Rusty Staub's sacrifice fly. Yankees got a double from Beniquez. He took third on a sacrifice and scored on Randolph's single. First pitch to Kemp is low. Each team with 4 hits. Kemp has walked and grounded out to first. Ball 2 to Steve outside. Steve has been a very aggressive hitter from the outset of this season. He swings and lifts a high fly ball down the left field line, foul, and this will be back in the stands, several rows away from the reach of Lou Piniella. Well, the Yankees have retired more uniform numbers than any other major league team. They've got, in fact, 1 number is retired on behalf of 2 former Yankees. There's another foul fly out of play. And that's number 8. Bill Dickey and Yogi Berra, 2 great catchers. Number 3 retired, Babe Ruth. Number 4, Lou Gehrig. Number 5, Joe DiMaggio. Number 7, Mickey Mantle. Kemp swings a hard one hopper to the glove of Randolph. Good stop. He fires to Chambliss to get Steve. Well, Steve hit that ball as hard as you're going to hit it in the infield and was put out by Randolph. 1 away. Now, the other retired numbers, number 16, that was Whitey Ford's, and number 37. Who was that, Ernie? Casey Stengel, you're right. Thompson is 0 for 2 against Figueroa. He flied to left and bounced to second. He tries to check his swing. It's a strike anyway. In the 8th inning at Cleveland, the Indians with a slim 1-0 lead over Toronto. Figueroa's pitch, wide. The pitcher still going on between Rick Waits and Tom Underwood. Indians get one run in the very first inning. There's a 3-0 lead. A pick up Tony Field. The next third around. Really goes right, makes the catch. All right, man. Good center fielding by Ron Benitez. They flag that one down in the gap in left center. Number 2 away with nobody on, and Lance Parrish will bat next. He has struck out and grounded out to short. Figueroa has walked 2, struck out 2, and allowed 4 hits. He spaced them out up high. Tigers got a hit in each of the first 4 innings. The last hit was an infield single by Morales to deep short in the 4th inning. Tigers got a hit in each of the first 4 innings. The last hit was an infield single by Morales to deep short in the 4th inning. Now the motion, the pitch from Figueroa, swung on and popped up to the left side. Foul ball. Munson off of the mask coming over near the Tiger dugout. He's got the room and makes the catch. Well, the Tigers retired in order in the top of the 6th inning. Here come the Yankees for their half. With a score, Tigers 1, the Yankees 1.
When it comes to sports, nobody covers the action like the Detroit News AM edition. And when it comes to Tiger baseball, no one brings it to you with more depth than news sports writer Tom Gage. That's because, like all news sports writers, he's also a sports fan. So when he covers the games and the teams, the personalities and the rivalries, he feels the same exhilaration and frustration that you do. And he gets right down to the very guts of the matter. But the Detroit News AM edition doesn't cover just one sport. It covers them all, close up, on the field and off, with regular commentary from columnists Joe Falls and Jerry Green. Comprehensive profiles, features, and stories by the entire staff. And, of course, the stats, standings, and the late-night scores that came in after you fell asleep. The Detroit News AM edition, at your newsstands at 6:30. It's got the freshest sports in town. That's the Detroit News AM edition for the first good news of the day.
Just a quick check of the minor league activity for the Tigers. 2 teams, Montgomery and Lakeland, did not play. Montgomery not scheduled yesterday. And Lakeland was rained out of its game in the Florida State League. Evansville had a doubleheader, however, with Omaha. And the triplets split. Kip Young making his first appearance since he was optioned to Evansville by the Tigers. Pitched a 1-hitter, a 6-0 whitewash in the opening game. And the triplets managed only 1 hit themselves in the nightcap, and they lost it to Omaha 8-0. So it was a pitcher's day in the Omaha-Evansville twin bill. Here's Greg Nettles leading it off for New York in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nettles is 0 for 2 against Wilcox. He is struck out and grounded to short. Milt has pitched a very strong game for Detroit. Wilcox, feet close together on the rubber, backs, rocks, and delivers. There's a long drive to right field. Going back is Kemp. Near the wall, makes the catch and banks off it and hangs on. Good running catch by Steve Kemp, playing an unfamiliar spot in right field. That switch made just before the game began. Kemp moving to right, Morales to left. Steve went back in a hurry and just a step in front of the wall. In the right field corner, made the catch. 1 away. Here's Reggie. This is the first time Reggie's bat in this game in which nobody's been on base. And he's got that streak of having driven in runs in 10 consecutive games. 1 away from the Yankee record held by Babe Ruth. And 2 away from the Major League record. There's a ball low and inside. Major League record of RBIs in 12 consecutive games held jointly by Paul Wainer, Joe Cronin, and Ted Williams. That's good company. Outside to Reggie. Now they've gone up with a 1-1 count on the board. I'll wait to see whether the umpire, Mr. Shulock, corrects that or whether that will stand. Here's the windup, the pitch to Jackson. He takes the strike. Now he's correcting the count on the board. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. One out, nobody on here in the Yankees' 6th inning, a tie game, 1-1. Wilcox ready. The 2-1 delivery. Outside, ball 3. Jackson grimacing as he backed off that time. Like maybe he might want to go for that one. Kind of up high and outside the plate. I'd like to bring that around. The 3-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. Full count on Reggie. Well, Jackson is crediting his high batting average. He's hitting .312 right now. He's crediting Charlie Loud, a newly acquired hitting coach of the Yankees, with that high batting average. There's a fly ball to deep left center field. Morales on a long run. He's back there, makes the catch at least 400 feet away from the plate. He put that ball in the no man's land of Yankee Stadium. Morales almost, he's just a few feet in front of the 430-foot sign out near the monuments here in Yankee Stadium, and hauled in the long drive by Reggie Jackson. 2 down in the 6th inning. Now, Nettles and Jackson have made the Tiger outfielders run after him here in the 6th inning. Here's Lou Piniella. Wilcox delivers outside. Lou hit a liner to deep left center in the 2nd inning. Bounced into a fourth his last time up, 0 for 2. There's a swing and a foul over toward the on-deck circle. Jim Spencer picks it up. Well, good to have Jim Cott back in the American League. Ernie pointed out Jim recently acquired by the Yankees from the Phillies. Now 40 years of age. His career spanning 2 full decades, going back to the tail end of the 50s. Wilcox pitches, swung on a fly ball to center field. That's deep. LaFleur racing back. He's there in deep right center, makes the catch. Well, the 3 Tiger outfielders had to go and get him in the 6th inning, but they got him. And for the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left after 6 innings of play. It's still the Tigers won, the Yankees won.
The May True Value of the Month from True Value Hardware Stores can make a measurable difference in the result of your next do-it-yourself project. Hi, Pat Summerall to explain. Their professional quality Master Mechanic 25-foot power tape for just $4.99 features a positive toggle lock that holds the blade firmly to provide you with accurate measurements for better results. The epoxy-coated yellow blade has bold black and red markings for easy reading, and it retracts smoothly into the case at the touch of a power button. Plus, the durable high-impact styrene case features a belt clip to keep the tape handy while you work. The Master Mechanic 25-foot power return tape measure from True Value Hardware Stores is now just $4.99 as the May True Value of the Month while supplies last at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers. And save gas. You won't have to drive far for your shopping and gift-giving needs. If you're looking for value, service, and selections, you'll find them nearby at any one of the more than 5,000 True Value Hardware Stores and home centers located nationwide.
Can you name the Tiger pitcher credited with the most shutouts in one season? It was Dennis Dale McClain, who had 9 whitewashes in 1969. That's a Tiger tidbit, and I'm Frank Beckman.
Well, we've got quite a battle going on in this opener of the 3-game series. Mr. Ed Figueroa and Mr. Milt Wilcox dueling away in this 1-1 tie, both runs coming in the 3rd inning. It's all the way to the 7th inning with Jerry Morales to lead off for the Tigers, and back to the mic now to carry us along. Here's Ernie Harwell.
Thank you, Paul. Hi again, everybody. The pitchers have dominated the action in the last few innings. The last hit was a single with 2 out by Morales in the 4th, the last hit on either side, and he's up now to face Figueroa. Jerry Morales, right-hand batter, waiting, and it is a ball outside from the Yankee right-hander. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors on each team. It's the 7th inning of the first game of a 3-game series in New York. Little roller bounding foul over past the third base coach of the Tigers, Dick Trzaskowski. The Tigers scored in the 3rd inning on a double by LaFleur. Fly to Whitaker got him to 3rd, and a fly off the bat of Staub to right scored him. And then the Yankees came back in their 3rd inning on a double by Beniquez, a sacrifice by Dent, and a single by Randolph to tie the game. Here's a drive to left center. It'll be in there for a base hit. Morales digging for second. Is a throw by Pinella into Dent. He slides. He is safe. It's the double, and it was close. The ball fielded deep by Pinella. Up the alley in left center field. He fired it into Dent, but Morales beat the throw, and the Tigers have a man on second base and nobody down. Morales becoming the first Tiger with 2 hits. Here's Aurelio Rodriguez. He doubled in the second, line to the second baseman Randolph in the fourth, and flied to left fielder Pinella in the 7th inning. He hit the ball pretty well all 3 times. Nettles is in close at third. The other infielders moving up a step or so here. 1-1 tie, 7th inning. Here's the set by Figueroa. The right-hander pitches, and it is a fastball in tight at the shoulder. Ball 1 on Rodriguez. Tigers got a hit in each of the first 4 innings. They did not get one in the next 2, and they picked up one here in the 7th. Have not had more than 1 hit per inning yet. Figueroa sets, holds it, now pitches. Rodriguez swings at a bounding ball back to Figgy. He throws to second to Dent, and out at second base. Out at first base is Rodriguez. It's a double play. A very strange double play. The ball hit right back to the pitcher. He fired to Dent, who put the tag on Morales trying to get back to second, and then Dent fired over to Chambliss to complete the double play. Pitcher is short to first. It sounds like a routine one, but it certainly was not. Here's Trammell now, and he takes a slider in for a strike. Well, the Tigers, instead of having a man on and nobody out, have 2 out and nobody on. There's a wide one, 1-1 on Alan Trammell. Figueroa, right hands one toward the plate. It is a high one. 2-1, the count on Allen. Outfield straight up, the infield back. The game tied 1-1, 7th inning. Ed Figueroa deals. Here's a cut and a miss. 2-2, the count on Trammell. Now the windup. Here it comes. Trammell swings at a bounding ball deep second. Randolph scoops, throws to Chambliss, the side retired. The Tigers, despite the leadoff double, are out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the last half of the 7th. Detroit 1, New York 1.
Terry Bradshaw talks about the Steelers.
There are 4 tough Steelers that escort me everywhere.
Your offensive line?
No, they're only around during the game.
Your backfield?
No, they're too busy after the game.
The coaching staff?
No, they're too busy planning for next year's game.
But 4 tough Steelers do escort Terry Bradshaw wherever he goes.
Yeah, they do.
Who?
The Steeler radios from Uniroyal.
Uniroyal?
Yeah, and these Steelers are tough to beat because they got 2 steel belts inside their body.
No kidding.
And look at that aggressive tread.
Must have cost a small fortune.
Nah, the price is even tougher to beat.
No.
Yeah, so I'm going to go get 4 more of these Steelers to escort my wife when she drives around.
You think you'll like him?
Oh, she'll love them.
You'd be pretty relaxed about that.
Shucks, I wouldn't have it any other way.
The Steeler Radial Tire, only from Uniroyal. You want a tough tire at a price that's fair? You want Uniroyal there.
The Steeler Radial is available in McGregor Tire, 3814 North Saginaw, Flint, Michigan.
Here come the Yanks to bat now. 7th inning stretch time here at Yankee Stadium. 1-1 tie. Wilcox and Figueroa have dueled away through 6.5 innings in the opening game of the 3-game series. We have a final from Cleveland. The Indians with a run in the opening inning and a 2-hit performance by Waite. A blank Toronto 1-0 tonight. Cleveland 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. Toronto no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Underwood is the loser. He's 0-5. Waite is the winner. He's won 4 and lost 3. No home runs in that game. The Indians got the game's only run in the first inning. Minnesota leading Texas 3-2 there in the last half of the 5th. Jackson put the Twins in front with a 2-run homer in the 4th inning of the 5th of the season for him. Jenkins and Erickson, the pitchers there. And Cincinnati has a 7-3 lead over San Diego In the sixth inning, Foster has hit a home run in that game. Rasmussen, Acosta, and Kenny have pitched for San Diego. Moscow on the mound for Cincinnati. Baltimore, Boston rained out. Kansas City, Seattle about to start. Well, here's Spencer at the bat. He's 0 for 2, and the big left-hand batting DH takes a strike, served up by Wilcox. Spencer, Chambliss, and Beniquez, the three scheduled Yankee batters to start it off here in the seventh inning against Wilcox. And Jim looks at a high one, 1-1, the count on the Marylander. He steps out and then back into the batter's box.
Here's a curve that stays outside. 2-1 the count on him now. Line up and the pitch. That's it is here at out 4 to 3 in a run. Upfield beats the right on Jim. He's the 3-1 ball. He streaks and takes the field and reaches the seats out of play.
Now here's one for you. The only woman who listens to both sides of an argument is the one who lives next door. Three-two, the count on Spencer. Stepping in now. Waiting on Milt Wilcox. Nobody on, nobody out. Seventh inning, 1-1 tie. Change up, that is high. He walked in. Wilcox had set down 10 in a row before he issued that walk to Spencer. It's the second walk he's allowed tonight. And here's Chambliss, who's flied twice to Kemp in left field, to Morales in left field. Gets so used to saying Kemp in left. They made a change here right before the start of the game. The original lineup had Kemp in left and Morales in right, and then manager Moss changed it. Now we're going to get a pinch runner. Fred Stanley, Chicken Stanley's coming in at first base, and he'll be running for Spencer. Fred Stanley running at first base.
Number 11, Fred Stanley.
This is the first lineup change by either manager. Wilcox is trying to get the mud out of his spikes out there behind the mound, so he takes a little bit of time. Here's Chambliss. They've got the infield in a little bit on him. Left-hand batting first, backer at the plate. Man on first base, Stanley. Chambliss takes a strike, a breaking ball over. Rodriguez is wide of the bag at third, but into the inner grass. Each team picked up a single run in the third inning, and that's been it so far. Chambliss looks at a strike. Let's pause now for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
America's great radio station. You're listening to the 50,000-watt Clear Channel voice of WJR Detroit. The weather is rainy tonight, an overnight low in the mid-40s, partly sunny and a high in the low 60s tomorrow. Currently, it's raining and 56.
Wilcox ready again. He pitches. Here's a high fly ball down the foul line and left. It'll be in the seats. And out of the reach of the Tiger left fielder Morales.
Wilcox didn't like that ball that the umpire put in play. The Yankees have had a good homestand here. They've won 5 of their last 6. Now, they've won 7 and lost 3 on this stay at home. 2 out of 3 from Oakland, 3 out of 4 from Seattle, and 2 out of 3 from California. They have a 12-7 record at the stadium this year. They're 6-8 on the road. Strike 2 count. Here's a pitch. Chambliss swings at the bounding ball on the right side. Whitaker goes over to his left, grabs it, throw to Chambliss. They get 1, and that's all. No chance for the double play. Stanley is forced at second. The ball was hit into the hole between Whitaker and Thompson, and Lou had to go far to his glove side, his left, to grab that ball. So it'll be a force out at second base. Chambliss is at first, and Beniquez will be at the plate. Juan doubled in the third and scored the Yankee run. Eventually came home on a single by the leadoff man, Randolph. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Detroit. The Yankees, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. Man on first now, that's Chambliss. Thompson will hold on the bag with Chris, and the pitch is on the way. Beniquez pops it foul out of play, back at first base. Thompson drifting over there, but the ball is well up in the seats. We'll repeat that final we gave you a moment ago. Cleveland 1, Toronto nothing, a two-hitter by Waite. Baltimore and Boston rained out at Fenway Park in Boston tonight. Beniquez in the batter's box again, 1 strike pitch. He swings a little number hit toward third. Rodriguez has it toward the second. To Whitaker, that's all they'll get. It'll be a force out on Chambliss. So there are 2 down now and a man on first base. A walk and then 2 forces. Here comes Bucky Dent, who has sacrificed and struck out. Yankees have left 4 runners on the bases. The Tigers have left only 5. Seventh inning deadlock, 1-1, Yankee Stadium. Dent takes a slow curve. It finds the mark. Strike 1 called on Bucky. Well, they kept Bucky busy in the offseason, posing for posters, making TV appearances, doing radio shows, appearing at banquets. Swing and a miss on an inside fastball, 2 strikes. Wilcox ahead of the hitter. 2 strikes on Bucky Dent. He swings and fouls it away. It'll be in the seats over on the first base side, hitting the facing of the third deck and bounding down below. Randolph is the on-deck man now for the New Yorkers. Dent waiting still on a strike 2 pitch. And it is a wide one up the mid of Parrish. No advance, 1-2. Milt May sent back to Ford Hospital for examination. He's been having some chest and shoulder pains. Here's the pitch. It is a ball outside. We want Milt to know that we're wishing the very best for him, and we're thinking about him in our prayers. Beniquez leads off at first. The pitch to Dent swung on and fouled to left this time, well out of play upstairs. And they're going to have a chase for that one. There are not many folks upstairs, and a couple of guys and a couple of girls are chasing that baseball, and they all converge on it about the same time. Here's the pitch. Bucky takes the high, slow one, 2-2 the count. Each team picking up a run in the third inning. That's the story so far, 1-1. Figueroa and Wilcox dueling away here on a cool and damp night in the Bronx. Beniquez with a little longer lead at first. There he goes. The pitch is swung on and missed, struck him out. Dent is mad. He hurls the bat down in the dirt. There goes the batting helmet. Everything's flying. That's the 5th strikeout for Wilcox. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. That at the end of 7. The Tigers won, the Yankees won.
Right now, at this very moment, even as I speak, and for a limited time only, you can get a quart of Marathon's new Ultra D5W40 motor oil entirely free when you buy an Ultra D oil change and a new Marathon aggressor oil filter from a participating Marathon dealer. And see what a difference Ultra D can make in your car. Improved gas mileage, better engine protection, easier starts all year long, and you get 1 quart free with the purchase of a complete Ultra D oil change and aggressor oil filter.
Make a change for the better
with new Ultra D.
A change for the better.
And get yourself 1 quart free.
Make a change for the better with new Ultra D motor oil.
From Marathon Oil Company. You know, if I were you, I'd get that free quart of oil right
Can you name the only Tiger to hit 2 home runs in a single inning? It was Al Kaline, my hero. He did it against Kansas City in 1955. That's a Tiger tidbit. I'm Frank Beckman.
Well, it's about as close as you can get. 1-1. Each team getting a run in the third inning. Each team has left 5 men on. Each team has sent to the plate each batter in its lineup 3 times. 21 trips for the Tigers, 21 trips for the Yankees. The only difference is the Tigers have 1 more hit than the Yanks, 5-4 in their favor. Here's LaFleur. He doubled and scored the only Tiger run in the third inning. He's 1 for 3. Figueroa delivers to Ron. It's a ball low. Right-hander against the right-hander. Ronnie's hit safely now in 5 straight, including this game. Next pitch drives him back at 2-0, the count on LaFleur. Outfield slightly to right. They've got Benicos a little bit over to right field in his center field post. There's a breaking ball low and outside to 3-0. Steve Baker and Tommy John will be the pitchers tomorrow night, and then it'll be Mark Fidrich against Ron Guidry in the finale. There's a ball high. He walked him. Well, the Tigers get that first man on with a base on ball. The third walk off Figueroa. Walked Kemp in the first. He walked Whitaker in the 5th inning. He walked LaFleur here into the 8th, and here's Whitaker up again. He's had a double and a fly to center in addition to that base on ball. Nettles is inside the bag at third, into the end of grass, looking for the bunt from Lou Whitaker. LaFleur getting a lead at first base, draws a throw from Figueroa. And he got back with ease. Staub will be the next Tiger batter. 1-1 tie in the 8th. Figueroa straddles the slab, but LaFleur does not commit himself over there at first base. So we're still waiting on the first pitch, and there goes another throw over there. And we're still waiting on the first pitch to Whitaker. After the Tigers get through here, they go to Cleveland and have to play the Indians over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Whitaker bunts the ball toward third. Nettles steals it. He'll have to go to first base with it. And the sacrifice gets LaFleur easily into second. The play will go Nettles, the third baseman, to the second baseman, Randolph, covering the bag at first. Man on second, and Rusty Staub with a chance to deliver the tiebreaker here with 1 man down in the Tiger 8th inning. The game deadlocked 1-1. Rusty has bounced to second. That was in the first inning. Then in the third, he had a sacrifice fly to get the run home. He flied to right field in the 5th inning. Here's a breaking ball over, but low on Staub, ball 1. Figueroa is slowing his pitching pace. Minnesota has a 4-2 lead now over Texas there in the 6th inning at Bloomington. There goes LaFleur to third. The ball is hit hard and foul back at first base. LaFleur was almost to third base by the time Staub stroked the ball and hit it foul. He had a great jump on Figueroa. That San Diego-Cincinnati game is 7-3. The Reds leading. The Reds are batting in the last half of the 6th inning. Foster has hit a home run. There have been only 2 home runs tonight in the major leagues. Foster for Cincinnati and Jackson for Minnesota. Well, it's a 1-1 count on Staub. And the pitch. Swinging the bounding ball deep on the right side. Randolph has it. Figueroa covers the bag at first, takes the throw. Out at first is Staub. On to third goes LaFleur. Ball not hit hard enough to get into the hole into right field. Randolph got over and grabbed it. 2 down, a man on third, and that leaves it up to Kemp. Steve has a walk. He's bounced to first base, and he's grounded out to the second baseman. Yankee outfielders have made only 4 putouts. Figueroa's got the Tigers hitting the ball in the dirt a lot. Fastball outside and high. Ball 1 on Steve. Man on third base. That is LaFleur. He represents the tie-breaking run in this game. And the pitch. Kemp swings and fouls it away. It'll be out of play. Back at the plate. 1-1 the count on Steve. If you join us tomorrow night, it'll be Baker against Tommy John. Tommy's had an amazing record. And the left-hander acquired as a free agent after being with the Dodgers. He's won 7 and lost none as a Yankee. Now Figueroa deals again. Is a bounding ball, deep shortstop, past Dent, base hit. In to score comes Ron LaFleur, and safe at first is Steve Kemp as the Tigers go ahead to 2-1. A bounding ball to the left of Dent. He went over towards second base, tried to glove it. He dived for it. He couldn't come up with it. And the Tigers are in front 2-1 over the Yankees. Jason Thompson at the plate now. Well, the manager always hates to see his pitcher walk that leadoff man, especially in the late innings, and it has been costly to the Yankees and to Figueroa here in the Tiger 8th. Here's Kemp at first base. Chambliss holding on the bag with him. Thompson takes a low fastball, ball one. Parrish will be the next Tiger batter. Kemp trying to get a lead over their first base. Thompson cuts and fouls one to the screen. 1-1 on Jason. Yankee bat boy coming over to get that ball. He's bigger than a lot of the Yankee players. Jason waits on a 1-1 serve. Swing a high foul out of play. Left field side. He didn't get around on the fastball. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Tigers. The Yankees have won 4-0 as their total. Tigers are batted the 8th inning. They've got 2 out of the man at first base. The opening game of the 3-game set here in the Bronx. Incidentally, Sparky Lyle's book, The Bronx Zoo, is right up there on the bestseller list. Number 2 on one list I looked at, number 4 on another one.
Selling better in New York than in any other city, isn't it?
I imagine, yep. Kemp trying to establish a lead again over there off first base. 1-2 pitch to Jason Thompson. And he backed him away with an inside fastball under the chin. 2-2 on Jace. They've got Benikas a little over to left center on Jason, not playing him to pull. Throw to first. Back in time is Kemp. It was Kemp's single here with 2 out of the 8th inning to put the Tigers in the lead. Now we wait for the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. He swings as a line drive to right. Base hit in the corner. Chased down by Jackson. Kemp rounding second, heading for third. Jackson picking up the ball. He's going to be held at third, and on to second goes Thompson on the 2-base hit. Well, the Tigers now have runners at second and third after the double by Thompson. And that will bring to the bat Lance Parrish, the right-handed batting catcher. Parrish is without a hit against Figueroa. He took a called third strike in the second. He bounced to short in the 4th inning. The last time up in the 6th. He ended that inning by fouling out to Munson. Tigers trying to add to their 1-run margin here in the 8th inning. It is a wide one, ball one on Lance. He'll be followed by Morales. Man at third is Kemp. Man at second is Thompson. Wind up by Figueroa. He pitches. There's a little roller hit toward third base. Slowly picked up by Nettles. He has no play. The run scores. On to third goes Thompson. Safe at first with an RBI infield hit is Lance Parrish. And the Tigers have a 2-run lead now. They lead it 3-1. And they've got runners at first and third with 2 men out. That was a little number that he chopped about halfway down the line. Picked up in the inner grass between home and third by Nettles. He wisely held onto it. He had no play anywhere. He just picked it up and the run scored. Here's Morales at the bat. He's had a single and a double. Clay, the right-hander, throwing now the Yankee bullpen. That's Ken Clay, the man from Virginia. And Morales takes a strike on the inside corner. Now, the Tigers have had a walk, a sacrifice, a bounce out, a single, and a double, and then another single in this inning. Little fly ball hit into short right field. There goes Randolph. He's there. He makes the catch over the shoulder. And the Tigers are retired. But they pick up a couple. 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. 2 runners are left. We go to the last half of the 8th inning. Detroit 3, New York 1.
And do you, Ronald and Catherine, promise to love, honor, and obey one another?
We do.
In sickness and in health?
We do.
And do you promise to keep a balanced checkbook?
Oh, that's a toughie. With all the bank charges.
Hold it. We can't go on.
Oh. Excuse me, I'm City National Bank.
Oh, a talking bank?
What are you doing here?
I heard your plight, my dearly soon-to-be nuptialized, and I'm sure I can help.
But how?
Easy. Come to City National Bank and get no-charge checking.
No charge checking?
Excuse me, children. This bank may be talking out of both sides of its revolving door.
Why?
To earn no-charge checking, most banks require a $500 savings balance.
Well, quite true, Padre, except at City National, it's only $200.
Only $200?
Right, and now you can be happily balanced ever after.
Oh, thank you, City National.
Call me City.
Won't you stay for champagne?
Oh, no, thanks. Champagne goes right to my top floor, and my windows get all fogged up.
Who gives you no charge checking with just $200 in a savings account? Nobody but City National Bank. Also available at First Citizens Bank in Troy, First National Bank of Plymouth, and National Bank of Rochester. Members FDIC.
This copyrighted broadcast is made possible by the Detroit Baseball Club and the American League and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Rebroadcast or other use of the description and account of this game is prohibited unless prior consent is obtained from station WJR Detroit, the Detroit Baseball Club, and the American League. The announcers for this broadcast are selected and employed by radio station WJR and the Detroit Baseball Club. Ernie?
Well, the Yankees coming to bat now. The Tigers have the lead again, this time by 2 runs, 3-1. Wilcox on the mound trying to protect that margin. And we've got a change for the Tigers. Lynn Jones has gone into play center field, replacing Ron LaFleur. Jones in center, replacing Ron LaFleur. And here's the leadoff man, Randolph, for the Yankees. And he takes the ball outside. Willie has bounced to third. His single in the third drove in the Yankee run, and he's bounced back to Wilcox at the mound. Takes a pitch in close, ball 2. Figueroa walked the first Tiger there in the 8th inning and got in trouble. Now Wilcox has gone to 2-0 on the first Yankee. A little stirring in the Tiger bullpen. John Hiller has gotten off the bench. He's not yet started to throw. Now he starts to limber. Here's the pitch on the way. It's a strike call, the breaking ball over, 2-1. Ground ball at the second base. Whitaker charges, has it. Throw to first. He got him. 1 up and 1 away, and Munson will be the batter. He's had 2 for 3. Talking about base on balls, they've been the undoing of many a manager. Brought apoplexy to a lot of them. Base on balls was not always 4 balls. It's been various through the years. In 1879, it took 9 pitches to walk a man outside the strike zone. 8 in 1880. In 82, it was 7. Then down to 6. Went back to 7. They reduced it to 5. And then in 1889, they settled at 4. And the rule book has had 4 for a walk ever since then. Now, Munson's a fellow likes to take his time getting in that batter's box, very much like Willie Horton and Rocky Colavito used to be, and the way Jason Thompson is now. He's about settled in now, and Wilcox is ready to pitch to him. It is a swing and a miss. He changed up and got that first one in there, and Munson took a cut and missed. 3-1, the Tigers lead. It's the 8th inning. Nettles is waiting on deck for the Yanks. Here's a foul upstairs into the mezzanine. Strike 2, the count on Thurman. Now stepping out, he's adjusting his batting gloves now. Wilcox up on the mound looking for a sign from Parrish. Some of the Yankee fans trying to get the rhythmic applause started. Wind up the pitch. Munson swings a number, hit foul over into the Tiger dugout on the third base side. Three runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Tigers. The Yanks have 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. These two teams will be meeting next Monday at Tiger Stadium. Now, don't wait too long to get your tickets. It's the big attractive series coming up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the Tigers and the Yankees. Here's a foul out of play. Still a strike 2 count on Munson. Texas picked up 2 runs in the 6th inning. And they've tied Minnesota 4-4. The Twins are batting in the last half of the 6th at Minnesota. Jenkins on the mound for Texas. Erickson relieved by Bassick in the 6th for Minnesota. Jackson hit a home run for the Twins. Here's another foul on the screen. Munson hanging in there. And Wilcox is not wasting any pitches on him. Here comes the new supply of baseballs brought out to the plate umpire. Digging and waiting on another strike 2 pitch. Nope, he's going to step out. He was about ready, and then time was called. Still not in there yet, making Wilcox wait on him. Here it comes. He swings and misses. Got him on a slider. That's the 6th strikeout by Wilcox. He has changed the pace of his pitches very well tonight. Nettles has struck out, bounced to his shortstop, and fly to right. Left-hand batting Greg Nettles at the plate. And he takes a half cut. That is ruled a ball. Ball 1. Started the swing, and he checked off on it. Outfield pulled around to right on Nettles. Here's a strike call. Nettles has that home run stroke that is so valuable in this ballpark where they have the short right field fence. 1-1, the count on him now. 1 man down. Beg your pardon, 2 men down, nobody on. There's a swing and a miss. 3-1, the Tigers are leading the Yankees in the 8th. Now Wilcox into action. Pitches. It's high and outside. 2-2 on Nettles. Jim Cott throwing in the Yankee bullpen now. Here's the motion, the 2-2 pitch. He took a big, deepest pitch, and it was high. A changeup on the changeup. Wilcox winds and deals. There's a fly ball hit deep to center. Lynn Jones going back to the fence. He's there. He's got it right up against the 385-foot marker. A long out, and the Yanks go 1-2-3 in their 8th inning. We go to the 9th. The Tigers 3, New York 1. 1935. Tigers win their first World Series. 1955. Al Kaline, youngest player to ever win a batting crown. 1968, Tigers win World Series in dramatic 7 games. 1979, you can make Tiger history as one of this year's 23 honorary Tiger Bat Boys. If you're between 8 and 14 years old, register for the Tiger Bat Boy contest at your participating Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealer before June the 1st. A licensed driver 18 years or older must accompany you. There's no obligation.
76, and I'm Frank Beckman.
New Yankee pitcher Ken Clay, the big, tall right-hander from Lynchburg, Virginia, takes over now. 25 years old. He just celebrated his birthday last month. He's a sinker ball pitcher, which is A very good quality to have if you're a reliever. And with the Yankees last year had a 3-4 record. He was out part of the year, pulled a chest muscle, and had come up from Syracuse to the Yankees year before that. So this is really only his second full year with the New Yorkers. Ken Clay, CLAY, taking over for the starter Figueroa. And as he warms up, let's take a little station break here. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
At 10:30, you're listening to WJR Detroit. Look for partly cloudy weather and a chance of a brief shower yet tonight. Low in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, sunny and a high in the low 60s. Right now, the skies are partly cloudy and raining in some areas and 53 degrees.
The right-hander Clay making his ninth appearance. They've all been in relief. He has no won-and-loss record, and his earned run average is 5.59. First man to face him will be Aurelio Rodriguez. And the paid attendance tonight, 15,650 here at Yankee Stadium for the opening game of this three-game series. Yankees already have drawn over 500,000 folks into this ballpark this year. Rodriguez swings and fouls it away off the mask of Munson. Aurelio has doubled the line to second and hit into a double play on a ground ball back to the pitcher. Well, Figueroa went 8. He gave up 3 runs and 8 hits. He issued 3 walks. He struck out 2. Here's a little pop fly to short right field. Here comes Jackson digging, and he dived. Did he hold it? The umpire says he did. Las Petillier, the umpire, went out and said he caught it. Looked a little shaky there for a while. About as shaky as my pronunciation of the umpire's name.
How did we agree we were going to say that? Las Petillier?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even get it right up. Running up on it. Las Petillier. That sounds a lot better anyway, doesn't it? Anyway, Jackson made a pretty good catch, and Rodriguez is out. There's a ball low on Trammell, ball 1. Trammell has struck out and bounced out a couple of times. Clay delivers, and Allen looks at a strike, 1-1. Tigers ahead, 3-1, ninth inning. There's a slider that's low. 2-1 on the Tiger shortstop. Paul Carey will have all the scores for you when the game's over. Be sure to listen in for that. Ground ball to short. Bucky Dent has a nice big hop. Throw to first to Chambliss. He got him, and they're 2 down. Top of the batting order now. And Lynn Jones getting his first appearance at Yankee Stadium. Jones hitting .320 in 18 games, 1 home run and 5 RBIs. Right-hand batter against the right-hand pitching of Clay. There's a curve outside on Lynn, ball 1. 3-1. The Tigers lead them in the ninth. Ground ball foul down past third. Bounces up into the seats. Hope you join us tomorrow night. The same 2 teams do battle. Also the next evening, and then the Tigers have an off day and go to Cleveland for the weekend. Jones hits a foul out of play. He really was protecting himself on that one as the pitch in on the hands, and he almost had to swing. He got a piece of it. 1-2, the count on Lynn. Clay kicks and deals, and Jones takes a slider wide to 2-2. Here's the motion on the pitch. It is a strike. Oh, he stood there, and that one got by him. Struck him out. So Clay has a perfect inning in relief. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for Detroit. We go to the Yankee night. The Tigers 3, New York 1.
And now, for all the Hall of Famers, for all of you big sticks and golden gloves and fireballers from years gone by, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through. This Bud's
you played the game like only a handful of men could ever play. Because your excellence set a standard. Because you made it to Cooperstown, here's to you that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this Bud's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Wilcox on the mound now to try to hold off the Yankees. The Tigers lead them 3-1 the last half the ninth inning at Yankee Stadium. Change in the Tiger outfield. Tim Corcoran goes in to replace Kemp in right field. Reggie Jackson will lead off for the Yankees. Reggie is struck out, walked, and flied to left. He's had a couple of streaks on the line tonight. An RBI in the last 10 games, a hit in the last 10 games. Each of those streaks right now in jeopardy. The outfield deep and straight away on Jackson, the left-hand batting right fielder. Wilcox gets his sign, starts to work. The pitch is a strike, a breaking ball over. Rodriguez is very wide of the bag at third. Trammell pulled over towards second. Jackson takes. It is a ball outside. Barely missed that outside corner. 1-1 the count on Reggie. He'll be followed by Piniella. And then the designated hitter. We don't know who that is yet. Here's the pitch. A tap foul and out of play. Francis started as a DH, and then Stanley ran for him. So officially right now, Stanley is in the lineup. One and two, the count on Reggie Jackson. Wilcox looking him over. Now rocks into motion, delivers. Here's a tap foul on the sort of a slope pitch. Wilcox has walked 2 and struck out 6. He's given up 4 hits. They got a double in the first inning, a double and 2 singles in the third inning. Jackson digging in, waiting on the 1-2 serve. A change-up that's high. 2-2, the count on Reggie. Reggie leading out for the Yankees in the ninth. Now Wilcox pitches. There's a ball wide at 3-2. Here's the motion, 3-2 pitch. Swung on a bounding ball to second. Whitaker has it, throw to first. He's out. And Jackson sees his 2 streaks ended. Here's Piniella, who has a fly out twice and hit to force out his middle trip. 3-1, the Tigers lead them in the ninth inning. There's a breaking ball that's a little bit too close inside. Jay Johnstone is on deck for the Yankees, the reserve outfielder, to be the DH now. There's a fly ball deep center. Jones is turned. He's gone back. He's waiting. He's got it, and they're 2 down. Hit straight away to center field and picked off by Lynn Jones. Oh, now we'll see Jay Johnstone, the much-traveled outfielder, come to bat. Jay has been in 14 games. He's hitting .267, 1 home run, and 5 runs batted in. 2 down in the ninth inning. Wilcox needs 1 more to take this victory into the clubhouse with him. Johnstone, left-handed batter, waiting. And he takes the ball low. Came to the Yankees from the Phillies last year. Started out as an American Leaguer at California. There's a strike call, the 1-1 on Jay. high curve makes it 2 balls and 1 strike on Johnstone. Now Wilcox pitches. Here's a strike called. 2-2 the count on him. 3-1 the Tigers leading. 9th inning. 2 out for the Yankees. The bases are empty. First meeting of the year between these two teams. Here's a fly ball to left. Should end the game. Morales is there. He's got it, and the Tigers beat the Yankees in the opener of the 3-game series. A brilliant performance by Wilcox. And in the 9th inning, he sets them down 1-2-3. The final score in New York, Detroit 3, the Yankees 1.
This announcement is directed to individual listeners and to leaders of organizations whose members need and use the information that we here at WJR provide each evening at this time. As a Clear Channel station, WJR is the only American station in this area of the country now allowed to operate full-time on this, the 760 AM frequency. As a result, our nighttime service reaches wide areas of the United States and many listeners like you without interference. The Federal Communications Commission is considering new regulations that would add new stations on our frequency at night. It is not known how many new stations would be added, where they would be located, or what their service would be like. The effect could be to add new interference and reduce or eliminate our long-range nighttime service. The FCC wants to hear the opinions of everyone interested. If you or your organization would like to go on record in this important proceeding, simply write to WJR. We will advise you by return mail how you can effectively register your point of view with the FCC. Once again, if you're interested in going on record, write to Clear Channel, care of WJR, Fisher Building, Detroit, Michigan, 48202. Be sure to say that you're referring to docket number 20642. That's docket number 20642.
Milt Wilcox pitched a superb ball game for the Tigers here tonight, stopping the Yankees on just 4 hits. Allowing a single run in the 3rd inning, he struck out 6, walked 2, one of those an intentional pass, as Milt picked up his 3rd win of the year against 2 defeats in pitching the Tigers to a 3-1 victory over the Yankees. The Tigers won it with 2 runs in the 8th inning, breaking the 1-1 tie. Ron LaFleur led off with a walk, received from the starting pitcher and losing pitcher Ed Figueroa. He took second on a perfect sacrifice by Lou Whitaker, moved to third on a bounce out by Rusty Staub, and then scored on the 2-out single to center by Steve Kemp. Kemp then took off for third on a 2-base hit to the right field corner by Jason Thompson, and Lance Parrish beat on an infield hit to score an insurance run in the 8th inning. Tigers had scored their initial run back in the 3rd when LaFleur led off with a leg double to short center field, moved to third on a long fly by Whitaker, and scored on Rusty Staub's sacrifice fly. The only Yankee run off Wilcox came in the 3rd inning when Juan Beniquez led off with a double, moved to third on a sacrifice by Bucky Dent, and scored on Willie Randolph's sharp single to left field. The totals in the game for Detroit: 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Tigers left 7 on base. For the Yankees, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. And the Yankees left 5 on base. Wilcox, the winner, now 3-2. Figueroa went 8 innings and suffered his 4th loss. He's won 3. Ken Clay coming on to pitch the 9th and set down the Tigers in order. The game took 2 hours and 31 minutes with a turnout of 15,650 at Yankee Stadium. Well, so much for Game 1 of this series. I'll take a look at the scoreboard after these messages.
Right now, at this very moment, even as I speak, and for a limited time only, you can get a quart of Marathon's new Ultra D5W40 motor oil entirely free when you buy an Ultra D oil change and a new Marathon Aggressor oil filter from a participating Marathon dealer. And see what a difference Ultra D can make in your car. Improved gas mileage, better engine protection, easier starts all year long, and you get 1 quart free with the purchase of a complete Ultra D oil change and Aggressor oil filter.
Make a change for the better
with new Ultra D.
A change for the better.
And get yourself 1 quart free.
Make a change for the better with new Ultra D motor oil.
From Marathon Oil Company. You know, if I were you, I'd get that free quart of oil right now.
Make a change for the better
with new Ultra D.
A change for the better.
And get yourself 1 quart free.
Make a change for the better.
With the cost of energy climbing higher and higher every day, wasting energy means wasting money, too. I'm Bob Reynolds for the plumbing and heating industry of Detroit. PHI wants to show you how to save on energy costs by taking a careful look at how you can use energy more efficiently. Take, for example, one factory that was wasting discharged heated water by pumping it straight to a holding tank. The heat in the water was released right into the atmosphere, and a lot of energy dollars went up in steam. But by installing preheat coils in 8 building fan rooms, the reclaimed hot water was used to temper makeup air in the plant. In short, with one modification, the factory started putting wasted energy to work and saved $80,000 a year. PHI has a lot of ideas like that, but you have to take the first step by calling PHI at 341-7661. Do it now. Tomorrow may be too late. The plumbing and mechanical contractors turning wasted energy into working energy.
Rather limited activity in both of the major leagues here on this Monday. Only one game in the National League, and that was at Cincinnati, and it's not over as yet. They're in the 9th inning of play now. The Reds playing San Diego, and with the Padres batting in the top of the 9th inning, Cincinnati has a 7-4 lead over the Padres. Moscow started for Cincinnati. Tomlin has relieved him in the 7th inning. For San Diego, Rasmussen, the starter, De Cristo coming on in the 4th, and Kenny also came in the 4th inning. Mickey Lolich taking over in the 7th for San Diego. George Foster hit the game's only home run. Nobody on in the 3rd inning. His 6th of the year. The Reds in front 7-4 as the Padres bat in the top of the 9th inning. Looking at the American League very quickly, one game postponed because of rain up at Fenway Park. The Red Sox were to have played Baltimore, and that was wiped out late this afternoon. At Cleveland tonight, a 2-hit shutout performance by Rick Waits of the Indians as he blanked Toronto, and the Indians 1-0 win. The Indians got a run in the very first inning off loser Tom Underwood, and it stood up. For Cleveland, 1 run, 6 hits and 1 error. For Toronto, no runs, 2 hits and 1 error. Waits with his 4th win on a brilliant 2-hitter. He's lost 3, and hard luck pitcher Tom Underwood suffered his 5th consecutive loss. He has yet to win this season. At Minnesota, in the bottom of the 7th inning now, the Texas Rangers and the Minnesota Twins are tied at 5-5. The Rangers came up with a run on the top of the 7th inning to deadlock that game. Jenkins started for Texas. Racich relieved him in the 6th inning. Erickson was the Minnesota starter. He gave way to Bassick in the 6th. Brett took over in the 7th. Marshall replacing Brett in the 7th. The Twins batting in the bottom of the 7th inning in a 5-5 tie. Jackson has homered for Minnesota for Ron Jackson, a 2-run homer, his 5th of the year. The only other American League game is just getting underway out in Seattle, where the Mariners are hosting Kansas City. Rich Gale going for the Royals tonight against Bannister of the Mariners. I'll be back for a final wrap-up here at Yankee Stadium in 1 minute.
1935, Tigers win their first World Series. 1955, Al Kaline, youngest player to ever win a batting crown. 1968, Tigers win World Series in dramatic 7 games. 1979, you can make Tiger history as one of this year's 23 honorary Tiger Bat Boys. If you're between 8 and 14 years old, register for the Tiger Bat Boy contest at your participating Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealer before June the 1st. A licensed driver 18 years or older must accompany you. There's no obligation, nothing to buy. And just for registering, you'll receive a free Tiger iron-on patch. If you win, you'll get a simulated Tiger uniform and tickets to a game at which you'll be honored. Sign up at your participating Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealer. You could become one of the 23 boys and girls to make Tiger Bat Boy history.
In the opener of this 3-game series at Yankee Stadium, the first meeting of the season between the Tigers and the Yankees, the Tigers got a fine pitching performance from Milt Wilcox, who went all the way, giving the Tigers only their 3rd complete game outing of the season. It was Milt's 2nd complete game performance as he stopped the Yankees on 4 hits in a 3-1 Tiger victory. 3-8-0 for Detroit, 1-4-0 for New York. Wilcox now with 3 wins and 2 defeats. Ed Figueroa, the starter and loser, 3-4. The Tigers breaking a 1-1 tie in the 8th inning as Steve Kemp singled home Ron LaFleur from 3rd, went to 3rd on a double by Jason Thompson, and Kemp scored the 2nd run of the frame on an infield hit by Lance Parrish. So the Tigers take the opener of the series tomorrow night. Game 2 will find Steve Baker going against unbeaten Tommy John. The former Dodger has now won 7 straight in his new Yankee uniform. Our broadcast coverage tomorrow will begin at 7:45. That's the story from Yankee Stadium tonight. For Ernie Harwell, this is Paul Carey saying so long. Once again, the final score tonight, the Detroit Tigers 3, the New York Yankees 1.
You've been listening to Detroit Tiger Baseball 1979. This game was brought to you by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By your marathon dealers and distributors, people who got together to do it better. By the Detroit News, now with the best team in sports, Joe Falls and Jerry Green. By the plumbing and mechanical contractors of metropolitan Detroit, turning wasted energy into working energy. By Denny's, Detroit's favorite family restaurant. By the more than 100 Michigan Realty World offices. Their world revolves around you. By True Value Hardware stores, more than just a name, it's their way of doing business. By City National Bank, the talking bank, where $200 in savings gives you no charge checking. By Parts Plus Auto Stores, automotive name brands you trust. By Emery Air Express, the small package service that delivers before the 11th hour. By York Steakhouse, bringing you the best dinner value at the lowest price. By Uniroyal, if you want a tough tire at a price that's fair, you want Uniroyal there. And by your Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealers, who invite you to test drive Horizon TC3. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
This announcement is directed to individual listeners and to leaders of organizations whose members need and use the information that we here at WJR provide each evening at this time. As a Clear Channel station, WJR is the only American station in this area of the country now allowed to operate full-time on this, the 760 AM frequency. As a result, our nighttime service reaches wide areas of the United States and many listeners like you without interference. The Federal Communications Commission is considering new regulations that would add new stations on our frequency at night. It is not known how many new stations would be added, where they would be located, or what their service would be like. The effect could be to add new interference and reduce or eliminate our long-range nighttime service. The FCC wants to hear the opinions of everyone interested. If you or your organization would like to go on record in this important proceeding, simply write to WJR. We will advise you by return mail how you can effectively register your point of view with the FCC. Once again, if you're interested in going on record, write to Clear Channel, care of WJR, Fisher Building, Detroit, Michigan, 48202. Be sure to say that you're referring to docket number 20642. That's docket number 20642.
Negotiate as you motor around town what's left of this Monday night. Eastbound I-94, the Ford at the Chrysler interchange, a vehicle blocking the left lane. Use caution in that area. Also, the westbound Ford West Chalmers, an accident blocking the left and center lanes. And last but certainly not least, eastbound Ford under the Woodward overpass, there's a vehicle blocking the left-hand lane.
Paul Triglia, what do you like most about your Sharp any-paper copier from Gilson Ayers?
Everybody likes the fact that they can run anything through it. That's the bennies. They can put a copy on top of a copy. They can use tissue-thin paper. They can use onion skin. They can run anything they want through the machine. It accepts it. Except $10 bills. It doesn't accept those.
Now, Paul is the controller for worldwide equipment, so even more than the great copies, he likes the money they're saving over the previous copier they had.
Well, you're talking about almost 50% savings.
The amazing Sharp any-paper copier from Gilson Ayers. Better copies at lower cost. Backed by Gilson Ayers service. Another reason Detroit business people like Paul Triglia have been doing business with Gilson Ayers for more than 32 years now. But you've got to see for yourself. I want you to call today for a demonstration of the Sharp copier. Gilson Ayers, the Sharp people. 588-2200. Call us at 588-2200 or look in the white pages under Gilson Ayers.
That's Gilson Ayers, the Sharp people. For a demonstration, call them tomorrow morning. Phone number is 588-2200. I give it to you again, 588-2200. I also give you a quick report from the WJR Weather Center, and that is still for a little more precipitation this Monday night. Tomorrow's sky should be partly sunny, the high in the low 60s. Wednesday, partly to mostly sunny, and a high in the mid-60s. Latest statistics I have put the winds out of the east at 7, humidity 90%, 53 with rain showers falling over Detroit's Metro Airport. Stay tuned now. News and sports. The captain will fly into your radio speakers and or hearts at 11:30. Missed the winning daily lottery number. It was 816-816. Winning Michigan daily lottery number for the 14th.
Artistic abilities was needed. There had to be someone within eyeshot of the open press classified section to fill the bill. And there was. At the Oakland Press, we put our own money where the readers are, the Oakland Press. And it pulled for us, just like it does every day of the year for people.